Greetings and welcome to episode 196 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod United States campaign. And this, my friends, how we left it last time, where we are once again fighting here, the Germans, for Sofia. It has been an absolute brutal fight, it really has. We've drawn in a huge amount of our forces, and also we've also consumed a huge amount of the German forces here in this one fight for this city here. It's not a great prize, but it's just been a magnet for both our forces here. And really, if we can take this city and defeat these forces here, we've set ourselves well forward here to defeat the Germans entirely in the Balkans here. We do have, as you can see up here, sort of eastwards, we've got this quite a concentrated amount of German forces here, but they are also under siege here in Moldavia. So we are bringing all of the German forces that we can see here in this region, at least, under attack, under siege. Up here in the north are quite a number of German forces, but our main goal is to try and just clear the Balkans of Germans, and also further eastwards as well, just to give us that clarity, but also so we can move these forces in to take Istanbul, which, to be honest with you, was the primary goal of these forces, but alas, due to other reasons, being that we were defeated, not technically we were defeated, but militarily we weren't, but it pushed us back onto the German defences as it were, and that's sort of the Germans then engaged us once we had moved back here, retreated into the defences. So we've got a really good opportunity here to do two things. First of all is to rid ourselves of the German presence here in the Balkans, bring all of it under our control, including all of the economy and the production that goes with it, and then to repair and replenish these armies here, and then send to the original goal, the original target, which is Istanbul, which will then remove the vast majority of the Ottomans from the campaign. But to get there, my friends, is going to cost us dear, because you can see here, look at this. They're down to 19 men here in this army, 29 cavalry. The cavalry's been absolutely decimated here. Grenadiers have come out of it not too bad, but as you can see, the fighting here has been absolutely brutal. It really has. Now, we're debating whether, because this army, ideally, this army would be the better army to take into the fight, is this army here. This would be ideally the best army in total to bring in, but of course we've got to fight here with what we've got here. Now they're not looking, it's not too bad. We could probably draw some of these away and bring some of these in, which is probably what we would do, but I mean, this army here is in pretty good shape, and I'd probably bring in the cavalry. What I'd probably do is, after the deployment, I'd probably retreat these forces here back, because as you can see here, this army here, or should I say this strike group, is at full strength, but look at the armies that coming in the reserves, the reinforcements. They've been absolutely decimated, even more so than ours in the fighting. And the same goes for this army as well. We're not fighting full strength armies here. We're fighting armies that have just been absolutely put through the meat grinder. Some of the regiments are holding up, but the rest have just been absolutely obliterated. So it doesn't look too bad for us here. If we send these forces back behind our lines here and send in the reinforcements, which would probably be cavalry, to be honest with you. So I think let's get ourselves organised here. So we'll bring in the cuirassiers first. Now, as you can see, the general here has been pretty decimated, and so has this regiment here. I think what we'll do is we'll just send in our line infantry here, as you can see here. We've got some really very experienced line infantry now. I think that's probably going to be how we'll work this particular battle here. And this force is even in an even worse condition. I mean, look at these. They've been, gosh, my goodness me, the fighting has been horrific. I don't think even if these come to the battle, they're not going to do us any good. Down to 6 men, 3, down to 7 here. These two armies have been completely obliterated in the fighting. To be honest with you, this is probably the only coherent and cohesive force we have here in here. Apart from these haven't been drawn in, these two armies here. And neither is this army here. It's just these armies you can see here, these 3, against these 3 German armies. So I think actually we'll take this fight. It'll probably suit us here to take this fight, especially with the fire support we've got here. It's still well intact here. Maybe this army isn't, but this regiment isn't. But we'll send these away straight away, and we'll get in the reinforcements. We might even send these out the way as well, I think, and try and get the reinforcements in as quickly as possible. Right, let's begin, my friends. Let's take this fight here. I think it's about the 3rd Battle of Sofia. It's been an absolute bloody battle here. It really has been brutal. Some of the fighting has just been no holes barred. as I said initially, we moved into territory Istanbul. We were defeated, on a technicality we were defeated. That meant we were pushed back, automatically retreated backwards towards the German lines, and we've become ensnared, enmeshed upon their defences, and we haven't been able to pull back, because if we pull back, what'll happen is, if we try and attack the Ottomans, we'll just get caught between the Germans and the Ottomans, and we'll just get absolutely mauled. So we can't have that. And also, the battlefield here has proven difficult to say the least. It's put a slap bang here in the middle of this town here, and there's almost nothing at all we can use in here to sort of really set ourselves out. This town has become almost like a tomb. So it looks like we're going to have to fight on the front foot here. We've got this town hall in the way as well. Let's try and do what we can here, shall we? So let's move these gentlemen over here. And we're going to have to fight. I think we'll have to have the infantry, the artillery here, and the infantry right up front. Our regiment of horse. Let's get everything out of the way here, so we can do this by the book. So the artillery is going to be absolutely key for us. Right. Now let's bring all our howitzers. These only have 5. Look at that there. Wow, they've taken such a beating here. So what we'll do is we'll set, gentlemen, we'll set our howitzers here. Now where's there? Now look at that. It's quite a long no man's land here, but we've got this here which help us. These steps here, this sort of stepped hill here. It'll be difficult for them to get up. They'll have to come around the sides. But if we set our defences up quite far forward, it means we won't get trapped in the town here. That's the problem. See, the town here is going to cause us a lot of problems. And let's get ourselves prepared here. Now, quicklime, and we'll also have shrapnel shot as well, because that's going to be these two are going to do the most damage. Now we set our defences up here. It should hopefully mean we avoid getting ourselves caught up, snared upon any of these houses. This is the problem here. We've backed up onto this quite large town here. Now, we want to get these gentlemen away first, don't we? Because they're not going to be any good to us at all. So what we'll do is we'll put them right by here, and we'll send them away as soon as it opens up here. Let's put them here, and we can, where's the demarcation line? There it is there. So we'll send them back straight away. This way. And we'll bring in reinforcements immediately, which means we have a very, very tight defence here, because remember they got reinforcements coming in, but we don't know from where. So let's get out. Let's have this regiment here as our main defensive anchor. Then we'll have this regiment here. We are going to be stretched, but we'll make do. We will make do. We'll have regiment here, 178. Luckily we got some grenadiers here as well, so put the grenadiers out on the flanks, just so we hold that initial attack, because we're being attacked by almost a full strength strike force. Let's put these gentlemen here. And whom else can we have here with them? So we'll put these gentlemen with them as well, I think, on this flank here, just to solidify it as best we can. The Grenadiers, look at that. That's an absolute joy. Man, the Grenadiers with the forefront of the defence last time. That's where they've taken such a beating there. Now we've got the Fusiliers. And we might put in the front here because they're light infantry, so we might put them in the front here so we can have the stakes deployed as well. Perfect. Just using everything we've got at our disposal here to try and cover ourselves, because it's going to be a pretty brutal fight for us here. We put the stakes down as well here. We've got the guns. They're under control. We'll send these gentlemen away straight away and get the reinforcements. The cavalry should come in immediately, and that should give us at least some mobility here. But we should be able to hold this line here at the front. with the grenadiers on the flanks as well. Alright, let's begin this battle, my friends. My goodness me, it's going to be a brutal fight. So the first thing we do is retreat these gentlemen here. Now, here we go. Oh, it's a beautiful shot. Oh, look at that. The mortars. Oh, the mortars are an absolute menace. Look at that. Oh, well done, sir. Here we go. Here we go. They can be sent away straight away. My goodness me. Looks like we've got a battle on our hands straight away. Oh my goodness me, we got... Just why? Why are you doing this? Let's deploy them right here. That's more like it. Battles here have been absolutely brutal. Come on, lads, get in there now. What the blazes is going on here? What is going on here? Why are they out in the middle of the field there? Just doesn't make any sense. Let's get into them. Let's get into them. Oh no! 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 heck they were doing. That was not good. Oh, good. Oh, they've broken. No wonder they've broken. They've been mauled by their own. Oh, phew. Right, get away from them as quickly as possible. They've gone. The fighting here has been absolutely vicious. Let's get into them. Let's get into them here. Fire support here has been absolutely pivotal. It really has. Oh, let's just stop them. Let's just stop them there. Oh dear. Come on, lads. Come on. Let's get into them. Let's get into them there, lads. Go on. Gentlemen, please. There you go. They've had enough. Oh, what a joy to see. We've held here. This flank is looking a little bit dicey here at the moment. I think we'll get stuck in here. Let's get him straight off the march here. Oh, it's a joy to see, it really is. We've absolutely eviscerated them here. More to come, thank you very much. Let's get on top of these gentlemen here, shall we? They've had enough, which is fair enough. Oh, that's a wonderful shot there. Yeah, look at that trap between the two. They've gone. Yeah, they've had enough. They've had enough. Give me the volley. Give me the volley, lads. Oh, look at this. They fought incredibly well. Look lively, lads. Oh, look at that. Here they come, here they come. Throwing the scraps that are left from the last battle, my goodness me. Oh, they've had enough, they've had enough. Absolutely brutal. Let's get these gentlemen down in here just in case we get overwhelmed. One of the regiments gets overwhelmed here. Let's double time here, please, gentlemen, if you would. Thank you very much. Ah. Oh no, 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 no. Let's not be silly now. Let's not be silly. Much more like it. Much more like it. Square. That's more like it. Well done, lads. Well done. We're trying to strike the weakest point. We're going up against Grenadier Guards, sir. We're going up against Grenadier Guards. Going on here? Look at this, absolutely mauled. Don't you break, don't you break, don't you break, gentlemen. Get yourselves in square. Get yourselves in square, lads. Stop messing about now. Much more like it, much more like it. apart. Look at this tight little square here. 47 men left. Hold, you hold. The last stand, sir, in this flank. Perfect. We've given them a real mauling here. This should be the last vestiges here of what the Germans have here in this region. Yeah, they've had enough. They've had enough, sir. Close in. You can take a rest. You've earned that rest, sir. The Grenadiers have been wonderful. Look at that. What a fight here on this left flank. Close up, lads. Close up. Oh. The fire support here has been exceptional. Look at this. The fire support has been extraordinary. Look at the battle going on here. Look at this. They've been decimating the Fusiliers down to 11 men. Wow. The fighting has been absolutely brutal. Yeah, they've got. They'll. Right on top of them, right on top of them here, please, lads. Get them out of here. They fought well enough here. What a battle this has been, my goodness me. They've had enough. Gosh, the fighting here has been just extraordinarily brutal. It really has. This town has seen so many casualties. Look at this here. Right, that is unbelievable. And away with you, sir. Yes. What a fight. Quick beverage, my friends. We still lost 1,000 men here, but they lost 3,000. Good grief. Mind you, that's a lot of friendly fire. Wow. Look at the foot. Look at this foot artillery. 300 kills. That's extraordinary. That shrapnel shot is brutal. Well, what a fight that was. We've sent them packing here, but that's the thing. Oh my goodness me! Not another fight. We can't take this fight as well. It's just too much for us. I think we'll just leave them to their own devices here. We've got to move some more reinforcements in here. We'll let them just see. These are the forces we've got to watch out for. But we are prepared here. Minsk and around Vilnius here has got a lot of German forces. But we need to. We're going to pull back there from Sofia there, just to give ourselves some breathing space to recuperate and replenish. Afghanistan, which we were going to move against, but we've pulled the Marine Corps out. As you can see, we've got this raiding party moving down here, Ottoman Empire. What's left of it anyway. This is ultimately what our goal was, this here. But look, you can see they're taking a lot of attrition now. Russia, which has been absolutely decimated here. Persia. Oh no, I knew it. I just had a gut feeling here. Who's going to join them? The Persians have moved against us. This is going to pose a problem, so we're going to pull back now. To pull those forces back from Esfahan, because this is just overwhelming might here from the Persians. We contained them once, but this is going to take a significant amount of our military strength to sort this out here. I mean, the city here can hold for a while, but Look at that. How do you control that? That's astonishing. The amount of force they've got here, and they're going to hit us with everything they've got here. It's got Spain, who we are right in the mire with at the moment. I mean, it's brutal, the Spanish fight. Look at that there. They're even sending reinforcements up here to the front. And yeah, let's look at that, and it's not a surprise at all. But we've got these sort of the outer thoughts here of an encirclement here. This is an encirclement. We'll wait now until they've sorted themselves out, and I'll show you what I mean, my friends, by these sort of the outer pincers of an encirclement. It's going to take a lot of our military strength here. We are just absolutely pushed everywhere in this campaign. Our military forces is stretched really, really thin. We're fighting on all fronts, and it's just being brutal here. And look at the Spanish; they've just thrown in another 2 army groups in defence. Astonishing. It looks like they're moving more from Spain as well. Look at this here; they're coalescing around here, around Cologne. Oh, we've taken Amsterdam. Look at that; they've even joined in this here. And another force, Mike. How do you hold? You don't hold it. That's the whole point. You don't hold that. And we've got more forces potentially moving up here as well. So they're going to start feeding more forces from Spain itself into the fight here. This is a meat grinder. An absolute meat grinder. See, that these reinforcements are starting to build into here now. There might be 1 or 2 regiments, but if you start adding the different armies that they're doing now, they're starting to put together another force here. Now, they haven't moved against Amsterdam here. We took Amsterdam without a fight. But they've got a lot of forces still here in Portugal. Poland, thankfully, haven't done anything yet. And Norway, who've been erstwhile allies, but they haven't done a lot, to be honest with you, in terms of helping us. I guess they just got their own problems to deal with, but we are committed, should we say, to a huge amount of fronts. So I think the first order is to get these forces in around here that have just fought Germany, pull back away from that fight. Okay, King took territory, right? He's not really going to do us much good there, is he? Let's be honest. So we've got... Well, we've got... Yeah, okay, fair enough. We've got... Looks like we've got some kind of rebellion going on here. But look at the amount of forces they got here. It's extraordinary. Look at the 10,000 income here. I think we just got that under control here. So... Enemy raid, it's fine. Focus on striking the Netherlands. That's not a great shock, is it? Let's be honest. Look at that. They are... Oh, I mean, they are miffed, to say the least. Even if we exempt them from tax. I mean, that there is a rebellion waiting to happen. So it looks like we might have the Spanish and a rebellion on top of that. And we've got this Spanish army here, which is still looming large. So the food shortage should be over soon. Hopefully we get under control, but that is... I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. They really don't like us at all. They were happy with the Spanish, but they don't like us one iota. Now, just for the moment, friends, we're going to focus here on this Spanish frontier. As you can see, we've got a bridgehead here in Strasbourg. Now, now we've got this thin, very thin line here. So we've moved in here, we've got this other bridgehead we've established here in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is taken now, that city is taken from the Spanish. And we've got these forces here we're feeding in. Now this here is going to be a problem. But we're going to move this army group here, these 3 armies here, which is an army group. We're going to move them into this bridgehead here. So what we're planning to do is this. I've sort of sounded out the council with this. Is we're going to move these 3 armies here, this army group in as well into Amsterdam. Now, as you can see, This here is the outline of a pincer movement here. So we're moving along this here, this area here, and here, as you can see. We need to get in behind these forces here and here. Now, breaking through this line is going to be incredibly difficult. But ultimately, these gentlemen here need to strike hard against these armies here, head for Brussels. That would give us this extended pincer here, as you can see. It would then bottle up and contain the Spanish in and around Cologne. Now, this here is going to be much more difficult. We don't have the forces here yet in Strasbourg to do the same. Look at this. They've brought a huge amount of reinforcements. Even though they've got the flags here that aren't at full strength, it's still a huge fight for us. And you've got this army here, or the remnants of anyway. What we might do, I think, is just pull this army into it, but use it to control the bridge. So there's another army moved in here. This is an army group in here, but you're going to need far more in here. And again, this force would then itself meet up with this force here in Brussels. Now that here would then trap them in this giant cauldron, where we'd have this backstop here of forces, and then we'd have these forces here on the surrounding them, effectively not allowing anything else into this cauldron here and finishing off the forces, the Spanish, bit by bit. Now that's the ultimate plan, of course. In reality, it probably won't work like that. We've got this force here as well, which is replenishing here, as you can see. But again, the fighting has been so brutal. And actually, these, yeah, why aren't these gentlemen up at full strength? That's, you know, this is the question here. Got to answer. And also here, this in the port. These are nowhere near ready for battle. But these have been replenished here. So I think, as you can see, my goodness me, this army here has taken quite the beating here. We're going to leave them as they are. Luckily, we've got this army here in this fort. Now these should come to the aid. We've also moved in these forces in here as well. And these are pretty powerful, these gentlemen here. So they'll be moved into this battle here as well. They will. We'll take this fight here. And bit by bit, we're going to start moving in more and more forces. Now, we're at peace with the Venetians, so that's absolutely fine. So I think to that end, we're going to start feeding in more and more forces into this particular pincer here, this left-hand sort of arc of this pincer here is going to be seeing more and more forces moving into it. We're going to start refilling these out here, these, so we can burst out and attack these forces. If we can get rid of this here, and we can sort of move in and take to deal with these elements here, go to Strasbourg, we will effectively trap the rest of the Spanish forces in this sort of cauldron here. But again, we've got to have the forces to do it. Now they're still replenishing here, as I said. This army here is definitely needs replenishment. It's taking a real hammering here. But these gentlemen here, the same there. This army here roaming. Look at this German army here roaming around. Right, we need to pull these gentlemen back here, because what was once a very powerful army group has now been absolutely just decimated in fighting here. So we're going to pull them back. Back here, so we're going to replenish.
Yes, sir. Forward.
So we're going to let the Germans have that town, that city for the meantime.
Make ready. March.
As you can see, I mean, look at the fighting here. This was once a full army. So we're going to have to bring in additional troops, and the same can be said here. Now this army here is absolutely fine. We'll put them here just to guard against the Germans moving against us, and again same here. We'll move this army into the region as well, and we've also got this army here.
Anything more? Forward. March. Ready.
But let's replenish these gentlemen here as well, because my goodness me, look at that.
Ready for order.
Yeah, these have been replenished.
Yes.
They're okay.
Make ready.
This army is not okay, but we'll do the best we can with it. Let's get them to the general.
Sir.
This army here, which was just in the fighting. Same again.
Yes, sir.
Being replenished.
Your humble servant. Ready and waiting.
Wow. Now these aren't.
Sir.
No, again, these aren't at full strength. We've gained bit involved in a bit of fighting here with the Germans, but we are going to engage these here. That's what's left. So we could probably use this force here to, mind you, we don't have the the firepower in that army here, but neither is this one. But we're trying to take this army here, but again we've got forces moving here. They're still pretty strong up here, the Germans. And also, the fighting here around this city, we've got to increase the... Again, we don't have any... The problem is we don't have access to any line infantry here in this region at all. Honestly, it's the biggest bugbear for us. It really is. I've got a good mind to get rid of this staff cottage and build it from scratch. Because we should be able to get line infantry. I think we might just try and do that, I think. We're going to have to pull these forces back here. We just got to pull these forces back to Esfahan. We can't. There's no way we can take that fight.
Forward for crown and country.
And again, we can't get them here either.
At the ready.
That's a real
Men,
menace for us, that is.
make ready.
I'm not sure if the council has any remedies here for this.
Further orders. Troops. Forward.
Oh, look at that. There's a Marine Corps. We can't pull the Marine Corps out of here now at all. It has to stay.
Make ready. March. Any further orders? At the ready.
So I think we put the Marine Corps
March.
into Esfahan.
Sir. Yes.
Now we're going to raid here pretty hard. Even though it's well stretched out here. Let's go up to here.
Make ready. March. Waiting for the
We hit them hard here. It makes them suffer. If we pull back here, we can't build anything here either. Therein lies our problem. There's no towns here at all that can aid us in what we need. See, even with our own Army Staff College, we just simply cannot get it. That means bringing more troops in. I think we have to have a massive recruitment push. We can't move these from here. We've got these gentlemen here, but we need to keep them just in case we're at war with Russia here, still here. We need to be able to push in more troops. What about these gentlemen here? They've been replenished. They are indeed. That's almost ready at full strength there, which is excellent. But I think we need additional troops here. We've got more and more troops coming in from Spain here. They're sending them up through France. Do we have anybody? Yeah, we do have a, yeah, we do, there we are. So we're going to send this. Can you move this way? We need to see what's going on over here. I think we have to have a massive recruitment drive. I think back in the New World, if we're going to succeed here, and before we do that though, I think we've got to deal with this here, because it's going to be a absolutely brutal fight, my goodness me. What do they have here? Yeah, they got some, oh, that's mostly conscripts, but it's still going to test us. So, but I think what we will do, we're going to move in here.
Your humble servant.
That's got a lot of fire support, that army there. But so does this one here. But I think this one is probably better equipped in terms of what it's got. So I think what we'll do is move this army up to here.
Citizens, march.
And then we're going to engage in here.
Sir.
That's more like it, look at that. Now, we outnumber them significantly here. And it's still going to be a real tough fight, my goodness me, look what they've got. That's going to be an absolute, this is going to be a meat grinder. These armies will be absolutely decimated, both on both sides. What a fight this has been, my friends. But I'm going to end this episode here, my friends, on this particular fight. But I'd like to get your advice on what we do next. Do we continue feeding in the reinforcements into those pincers that we're aiming on the Spanish? What do we do about the Persians now? Because they're going to be an absolute menace. We don't have the resources to do Afghanistan and Persia at the same time. I need the council's advice, I really do. But whatever, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, my friends. Plenty of fighting to come for next episode as well. A huge battle coming. Whatever you do, my friends, as always, please be safe. Thank you for your wonderful advice and support. But until next time, bye for now.